What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? We are back. It's been a minute. By a minute, I mean a week. When was the last time I streamed? Like I think it was about the before NXT Battleground. I think it's been a minute. I needed a mental break from streaming and YouTube. I got that out of the way. I did that, but I missed talking about talking in the sense of a stream, but I have been on Twitter, but I did not stream about Battleground, about Raw, NXT, AEW, nothing. Not SmackDown, nothing. So this has been a minute, but I'm here now to talk about all the things. Yeah, it's been a minute since Battleground predictions. You're right, David. But I'm here to talk about Clash at the freaking Castle, which is today. And since I missed so much damn shit, basically via stream, after I'm done talking about Clash at the Castle, I'm just going to open it up to the floor to you guys to ask questions, and I'll try to catch up via stream on everything I didn't talk about before. So all the shit I've talked about tweeted about, I'll talk about here if you bring it up, if you ask me. But we'll get to that one once we get to it. But right now we'll focus on the task at hand, which is Clash at the Castle, which is going to be a good show. Luckily, it's only 5 freaking matches, which is good because, like I talked about before, it's a good thing when it's only 5 matches because now the show can breathe. You can actually get all the damn, all the freaking entrances and the promo section that happen backstage, and it feels more cohesive, and it's a better all presentation once you have the matches are short. Once there's like a lower amount of matches on the card, you get better presentation in terms of the actual show, in my opinion. Because when the show is longer, when you have more, not longer, but when you have more matches, things can feel kind of choppy. Like one match will end or cut straight to the next match. Kind of like what they do with AEW, how a match will end and cut straight to the next match card graphic, and when they come back 20 seconds later, everybody's cleared out. So the show didn't really have a chance to breathe. So once you have, like, let's look at this card real quick. Look at this card. When you have 5 matches on the card, it can be a good thing because everything feels big. You don't get all of the glitz and the glamour and the presentation of this great match right here, Drew versus Priest. You're gonna get all of the story beats and the storytelling, all that stuff within this match of this I Quit match. You get all the entrances. Like last damn PLE, Randy Orton took a damn 10 minutes to get to the ring. I mean, walked around the damn ring for 10 minutes. He could do that because there's 5 matches on the card, so these matches can breathe. You get all the entrances. The entrances aren't cut, you know? Everything feels big and huge because everybody has their time to shine, take their time to get to the ring, take their time to take in the crowd, take their time to call the names and set the matchup. Everything feels big and huge when there's only 5 matches. You got another match here, championship match. You can get Piper Niven come down to the ring. Piper Niven's gonna take her sweet time, soak in the crowd, soak in the atmosphere. That's what you can do when there's only 5 matches on the card, not 12 like those other guys, you know. Like the other promotion, you have 5 to 6. Another good match here. A lot of storytelling beats in this one. We'll get to that in a second. A lot of storytelling here with this match. You want to let the matches breathe. And of course, when you have a women's match, a women's tag match like this, when it's only 5 matches on the card, it can be longer. Have more storytelling within the match. You have more time to shine. You know, it's all a good thing here. The pre-show started now. The pre-show started at 1 o'clock. You tell me right now on Peacock the pre-show has started. Let's see. Pre-show. Let me see. Let me go to Peacock. Peacock. 2 hours. Damn. Okay, let's go. Let me see something real quick. Let me go to. Let me see what's going on here real quick. Is it really 2 hours? Dang. Yeah, let's go to watch now. It is on now. Wow. Okay. In that case, let me put this on, which it is on now. Let me put the volume on my end because I can't hear anything right now. Why is it 2 hours? Why is it 2 hours? Okay, let's yeah, it's on now. Wow. That's crazy. Good. Okay, let's do this. Let me I don't want to get copyrighted. So let's adjust this on my end.
And now, WWE presents.
Okay, let's do that. All right, let me. Yeah, 2 hour pre-show for 5 matches. That's crazy. Now again.
Here inside the Ovo Hydro. Superstars will be doing this in a couple of hours, coming down the ramp, heading into the ring.
2 freaking hours. I'll be right back.
Near ringside in just about 2 hours. I'll be sitting back there at ringside calling all the action for Clash at the Castle. I'm Michael Cole. Welcome, everybody. Former WWE champion, former Mr. Money in the Bank, Big E, with us here tonight. Welcome to
okay, so we have a
thank you kindly. It is a pleasure to be here.
2 freaking hour pre-show. So we'll keep an eye on that. I did not know about that. So we have Big E. You got Kevin Owens. What's Kevin Owens talking about here?
Last night on Friday Night SmackDown is here. Kevin, how you feeling after last night?
Not the best. My lower back hurts a lot, but my spirits are high.
Is that
Randy's back, you know?
Is that the reason you couldn't get into a suit today?
No, this is just
what the hell was Kevin Owens wearing?
Lent me a tie.
And
Byron Saxton wasn't here. Thank you.
Nonetheless, we have plenty to talk about in this show tonight. There are so many championships on the line at Clash at the Castle.
I did not know that.
Let's get right to it. Let's show you the match lineup for Clash at the Castle.
Okay, so we're talking about the matches right now. I thought we were going to get an entire hour free of no pre-show, but apparently not. Okay, so let's talk about these matches real quick. Let's just go through it. First match on the card. Well, not the first match on the card. I don't know what the first match will be. Let's assume for a second that the first match is Piper Niven versus Bayley. This match, I think, is pretty straightforward. I'm happy for Piper Niven. She gets a platform to shine in our home country. Good for her. This is very straightforward. Of course, we got Bayley winning here, retaining. In a good match. No shenanigans. I don't think... Could Chelsea Green get involved here? Sure. Will Naomi have something to say about it? Maybe. But I think this should stay relatively one-on-one. You give Bayley a win here. We'll see what the crowd supports here. The crowd loves Bayley, but Piper got a good reaction in the pre-show, in the kickoff event like yesterday. So I'm expecting a good atmosphere. Let's start the show off with the ladies. I think that's a good idea. Got Bayley winning. Pretty straightforward. Now, we'll talk about Bayley's. Well, what's going on here? Wait. Let me listen to.
Promotion,
what is she talking about here?
Insane Championship Wrestling, whose headquarters are right here in Glasgow. Alba Fire also spent time
she's talking
in
about
that
people.
promotion.
Okay.
She's from 25 minutes outside the city.
How about the homegrown
Isla Dawn
folks?
was born right here in Glasgow. She's got a ton of people coming tonight. She told me yesterday her family actually hasn't seen her wrestle live in almost 5 years.
5 years for Isla Dawn.
For her. And then, of course, there's Drew McIntyre in our main event tonight. His career spans over 20 years. He's wrestled all over the UK and Scotland.
The homegrown folk from
on
Scotland
wrestling in this country. It's one of the reasons
in the moment for them and how this will be a big show for them. Of course, that makes sense.
I asked him this morning if he ever thought something.
Okay, so let's move on to the next match because again, this is pretty straightforward. You have then Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. Now this match can have a lot of shenanigans. I think there's a good chance that Alpha Academy turns here. Otis will have a big spot to do something here. This is not straightforward. This is actually kind of hard. I want to say if Sami Zayn pins Chad Gable here, how many more opportunities is Chad Gable going to get? maybe this has to be the moment. I do know that we ultimately have to get to the Creeds and what's her face? Easy, no, not Easy Dame. That's not Easy Dame. Ivy Nile, not Easy Dame. Ivy Nile. You saw on Raw that Chad Gable talking to Ivy Nile and the Creeds. So ultimately, we're gonna get that faction, I believe, which would be kind of hilarious. Almost said Easy Dame again. Ivy Nile actually goes heel after all that, after all that help with she was doing with freaking Maxine. Ultimately, she's the one that turns heel. That's kind of crazy, but I would like that for that faction. You got a woman in there, so you have the Creeds, Chad Gable, and Ivy Nile as a heel faction. Does that happen both after he gets titles or before? That's what I'm confused about. Do they interfere tonight or today, depending on what time you're watching? Are they going to interfere now? Do we get the Creeds interfering now? Or do we wait? Do we have Otis turning first and then the Creeds coming in later? Ultimately, it's going to be tough because I'm trying to figure out if Chad Gable loses tonight, why does he deserve another chance? And when is that coming, Maybe he has to win tonight. I don't know. This is probably the hardest one to predict, I think. Even more so than the main event. I think this is the hardest to predict. It could go either way. Sami Zayn, does he need the title? No. He doesn't need it. And he's better at chasing. I'm just confused about when does the Otis turn happen? Does it affect him winning? When did the Creeds get involved? You can't keep losing, I'll say Chad Gable. I know. Oh my God, it's tough. I don't know. It's really tough. I don't know what's going to happen in this match. Let's say, right. He just resigned, but that means they could wait. They could, they can take their time. Could just resign, Think Sami Zayn retains the Alpha Academy cost Chad Gable? Right. That makes sense. I'm just in my head trying to figure out how did Chad Gable get back to that spot? Because if the goal, maybe it isn't, maybe it's not. But if the goal is for Chad Gable to win the title eventually, if he loses again, how does he get back to another match with freaking Sami Zayn? It's possible. You can book it how you want to book it. I mean, you have the pin, you can book it. But I'll say Sami Zayn retains and we get the turn tonight. I agree with Razar. I will say that Otis turns tonight, okay? And they turn and leave him out to dry. Then he goes and brings in the Creeds. Or maybe the Creeds show up. No, I don't think the Creeds will show up. Not yet. He's had no reason to not trust Otis yet. They can go, it's 50-50, but I'll go with Sami Zayn retaining for now. I'll go with Sami Zayn retaining. But I think Otis will have that big spot tonight on Chad Gable, which leads to Creeds. That makes sense in my head. That makes good storytelling sense. So we'll go with that. Gable loses to Sami Zayn. Otis turns. This is going to be a good match. Great crowd reaction if Otis changes. And again, because you have 5 matches, you have storytelling bandwidth. You have time and space to tell stories and really make the stories hit. This will be a 3-hour show, and all these matches will have time to breathe. Okay, but I will go with Chad Gable losing to Sami Zayn. Yes. If they wait for tonight, if it happens tonight, that crowd gonna freaking go crazy if Otis turns. Let's hope it happens tonight. They've been doing a lot of good stuff, but let's hope it happens tonight, all right? Let's move on to the next match, which is on my list here, Cody AJ. Another banger, might be the longest match on the card. I Quit match, fun stuff, interesting stuff. The first Cody Rhodes I Quit match. Drew McIntyre talking right here. Let's see if Drew's saying anything important.
To this because it is home for you. this wasn't an option when I was growing up to have a PLE in Scotland. It was always main event WrestleMania. I did that, won the title, that was cool. Won it just this past WrestleMania before I got screwed over. But the idea of main eventing the first ever PLE in Scotland is beyond a dream come true.
What does Scotland mean to you, ultimately?
I guess the best way to sum it up would be, I love music.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
Still
helps
like music,
using
like to
lyrics
sing
to express myself.
sometimes
So let's
at
use
the
some
end of matches.
lyrics from a Scottish
I
song.
love this.
It's called Caledonia,
Okay.
and that's, a very poetic, romantic name for Scotland, Caledonia. That's the name of the song. So, Scotland, let me tell you that I love you. I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me. Now I'm coming home.
Wow, that was actually really nice.
Thank you.
Not very
Warrior
sweet,
Poet over here.
Drew. Not make me want you
So
to win.
Glasgow. When
I
you
do want
think
Drew to win, I do.
about Glasgow, what memories come to mind? What lessons did you learn there before you went on to travel the world and become WWE superstar Drew McIntyre?
I spent 4 years there at university.
Okay.
And most of the lessons I learned, I can't really talk about.
We're gonna talk
here,
about this
and they're
match.
Not PG, but what I did learn that I can talk about is always speak your mind, always speak your truth. We're some passionate people in Scotland. Some people may not like what you have to say. And if somebody goes too far and runs their mouth, just give them a kiss between the eyes, with your head,
with the headbutt. Gotcha.
Glasgow style.
That adds up. That tracks, actually.
Fair
for
enough,
you.
Drew.
Not the first time you're
Big
competing
babyface
at Clash
energy
at the
from
Castle,
Drew
but the
McIntyre
night
here.
did not go the way that you had hoped. Can you take us back to that night and
They're not
and
talking
take
about
us
what happened
through
in the past.
your emotion?
I think it's very. Let's wait for that match. Let's get back to the AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. I see the gist of this interview. I see what they're doing here. Let's get back to the AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes match. Wow, this can be arguably the best match on the card. Two very good wrestlers. I don't see Cody Rhodes saying I quit anytime soon unless his damn mother gets jumped. And I seriously doubt they're going to have Cody Rhodes' mother get attacked by the OC or something like that, okay? Or even... Wait a minute. He said... Now, I'm not... Hear me out. He brought up that his goddamn mom showed up, okay? He gonna use the I quit voice CR used from. He did say I quit on SmackDown. He gonna repeat it there. He gonna record it. He recorded it and he gonna replay it on his speaker, his hidden speaker. He brought up that his mom is there. He brought it up, okay? That's important. He took a picture with his mom. That's important. He didn't do it for no reason. Okay, we're talking about his mom, his wife now, I think, right?
And I went to a wedding back in Scotland and I saw a lot of my family and seeing people that I don't see that often. And I don't see my dad often either. He's getting older, but seeing my nephews getting so big, seeing friends that I don't see often, and it hit me hard. And I was trying to figure out what the best thing to do for my career and my future was. And, my family and I sat down, my wife and I decided, okay, it's not time to leave the table. You don't leave when you're on a heater. But we got to figure out what's going to work for us. And for my career, and thankfully WWE were great about it. We figured out a situation that allows me to give as much as I can to my family, as much as I can to my career. And honestly, I'm so obsessive with this industry that it's good to have that balance, and it helps me operate at a different level.
You don't leave when you're on a heater. I like that. And right now, WWE, by most people's standards, is on a heater of its own. What do you make of the state of WWE right now in 2024?
Yeah, let's see what Drew had to say about the state of WWE real quick.
White hot.
Everybody from top to bottom is absolutely killing it. People like yourself, doing your job to the highest level. Our roster is genuinely
Nice
on
job
fire.
there.
We've never seen such a level of in-ring talent and people truly finding themselves as characters at one time. The matches are on a different level. The athleticism's on a different level. Just look at the numbers across the board. Signing billion-dollar contracts left and right. And it's up to us as a roster to get it done in the ring. And the only thing I see that needs improving is Raw and the World Championship with Damian Priest.
Still to come,
Okay.
Drew McIntyre
All right.
delivers some
Nice
hot
interview
takes.
there. Okay, let's go back to they're really laying it on thick when it comes to Cody. Okay, now what I was gonna say about his mom. They're really driving home that his mom is there. He brought it up on the kickoff show, he showed his mom in an Instagram post, okay? They're really wanting you to know that his mom is there. What if Michin or the OC, but more specifically Michin, to like keep it more, more inbounds, like you don't want to go too far. What if Michin is the one that antagonizes his mom and that forces Cody to say, I quit? Yeah, what if Michin, because Michin's been going more heel now, because other day she was with the OC. So let's say Michin goes more heel. What if she and the OC kind of like antagonize or go after the mom, and that makes Cody say, I quit? That's a way to get around it, because you keep bringing up his mom. He brought up his mom in the kickoff show, and he showed a little damn picture of his mom going to Scotland. If his mom is in attendance, that's going to play a role. What role is going to play? I don't know. If I had to guess, I'll still go Cody, of course, like 80% chance, 90% chance. But that little potential chance of him losing or him saying I quit is to save his mom or help his mom. I can see that if that's the route they want to go. I still doubt it. I'm going to put my money on Cody, but his mom might play a role. So let's keep an eye on that. His mom will be somewhere, and the OC and Michin might have something to say about that. I agree. I don't see Cody. I don't see it for I just don't see it. So let's talk about the next match. I got Cody winning. Barn burner, great match, a lot of action, a lot of weapons, steel cages, not steel cages, but chairs, ladders, chains. You never know. Hammers. It's I quit match. Anything goes. But has there ever been a I quit match in a steel cage or something like that? That would go like right in line with each other if they did something like that. I don't think they've ever done that in WWE, but I could be wrong. All right, let's move on to the next match, which would be a tag match. Bianca and Jade against Zoe, Shayna, and the Unholy Union. The Unholy Union are the only tag team with an actual tag team name. The only one. The only real tag team here is the Unholy Union. I believe that this will be a fun match. I'm sure. I'm hoping. Again, it's only 5 matches, so hopefully this match gets time. Do I believe that Bianca and Jade are dropping the belts tonight? No. Would I be mad about it? No. If the Unholy Union were to win tonight, I'll be thrilled. Now, is there a storyline here? No. Is there actual like rhyme or reason? Like, was there any type of build? No. But would I be mad about it? No. Why? Well, selfishly, I want Bianca and Jade to be singles. Well, more Bianca, because my favorite wrestler. But do I think that's going to happen? No. I think Bianca and Jade are retaining. I think the Unholy Union will get a good showing, hopefully. And hopefully they get pushed, continuing, like going forward they continue to be pushed, because right now they're not on TV very much. So I'm hoping after this match, they have good showing, good crowd reaction, good crowd support, and then on Raw, that's going to be featured more often. Here we have Chad Gable running his mouth. Let's see what Chad has to say here.
Gable and the rest of Alpha Academy. Now, Chad, in Montreal, you did have the massive opportunity and came up short. You came away with no championship from Montreal. So how is tonight going to differ?
Well, tonight, I got the family in line. Okay, they're taking orders the right way that I've been asking them to this whole time. So you're going to see a whole different game play out tonight. Understand that. They're here, they know the plan, and they're going to help me win my Intercontinental
Maxine looks
Championship.
miserable.
No matter what.
Well, before you guys leave, Maxine, I do want to address your injury. You are in a boot at the moment. How are you feeling
Maxine's actually injured.
physically and emotionally?
She's fine. Look at her. You're fine, right? Tell her. She's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, don't worry about that. What you need to worry about is that Sammy's reign ends tonight. And it ends at the hands of my family. Maxine, Otis, and
Yeah, they're turning tonight.
Where's Tozawa? I told you to keep track of him. He's gonna pay Monday.
You're gonna pay Monday.
Thank you so much for your time.
Maybe
Let's take a look
Tozawa
at how we got here.
could not travel. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on with Tozawa. I don't know if he's actually there or not. Maybe he just couldn't travel. I don't know. What's going on with Tozawa? Well, let's go back to the Bianca Jade tag team match. Yeah, Bianca and Jade are winning. There's no reason to take the belt off them right now. I don't see it happening. Would I want to see it? Do I want to see them dropping the belts? Sure, because I want Bianca as a singles competitor, but it's not going to happen. I'm just hoping the match is good. Hope it's a good showcase for the Unholy Union. That's what I'm really going to be looking at. I'm really going to be keeping my eye on the Unholy Union and seeing how they look. Just see if they can get a good push later going forward, because I think they're an actual tag team that I want to see have the belts down the line. A real tag team that they should be building the division around. Actual tag teams, you know? So I'm rooting for them. Hope they have a good showing. Hope they ultimately get the belts down the line, but it's not going to happen tonight. It's going to be Bianca, Jade showing up, showing out. Bianca's going to put on the show like she always does. We'll see how Jade looks. We'll see how the dynamic is. Hopefully it's a TJ Wilson produced match. Hopefully all teams have time to shine. I like Zoe Stark in ring. We'll see how it goes. You think they might win because it's a triple threat? Would I be mad about it? No. Would I be kind of shocked? Yeah, because what's the story they've been in it? They haven't really been like a major factor. They just got pinned on Raw with no actual story behind it. I would not be mad. I like them a lot. I like the Unholy Union, but I would not be mad about it. I would be surprised though. Not mad, but surprised. But that's it for them. Bianca and Jade retaining. Moving on to the final match. Main event. Drew McIntyre against Damian Priest. Now, this match will have shenanigans, I think. Now, remember the Judgment Day has been barred from ringside, which leaves one man who is in town to get involved here, and that is CM Punk. CM Punk is in Scotland. Duh. Even without the pictures, even with no pictures, I would have told you that was going to happen. Even with no pictures, he would have been in damn Scotland, all right? The man has been off TV so long. He's been off TV to fool you guys, to keep you... Not everybody's on the internet. Not everybody's on Twitter, okay? So he's been away for so long to surprise you guys when he pops up. I believe he's going to be the ultimate troll tonight. And CM Punk will cost Drew McIntyre in his own home country. Why? Well, a couple reasons. Here's one. All right. So I brought this down earlier this week about Triple H's booking and how things would turn out potentially if Drew McIntyre were to win the title tonight. Triple H is typically a longer reign kind of guy. He likes to have the belt on a person for a little bit of time. Well, by a little bit, I mean a longer bit of time, not short. If Drew McIntyre were to win tonight and then lose to Gunther, which I think will happen, I think most people feel that will happen, that Gunther will win at SummerSlam. If Damian Priest were to drop the belt tonight to Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest's reign would be 48 days. 68 days. 68 Damian Priest day reign. And Drew McIntyre's reign would be 48 days. 68, then 48. Did that sound like a Triple H booking to me? I don't think so, okay? I don't see that happening. I think it's more likely that Damian Priest retains tonight, and then by CM Punk screwing him over, and then we go on to the Drew McIntyre CM Punk feud, which does not need a title, which could be a blood feud without a title. Meanwhile, Damian Priest retains that title and uses that for the Judgment Day, because I think that title will have more power, more importance, more significance. It'd be more vital to the Damian Priest Judgment Day story than it would be for the CM Punk Drew McIntyre story, in my opinion. I think Damian Priest needs that title more than Drew does. Now, the only downside is you don't want to see Drew McIntyre lose in his home country again, right? You don't want to see that happen. But I think storytelling-wise, it makes the most sense for him to lose to Damian Priest. I think it makes more sense for that to happen, folks. I mean, just look at it. I tweeted about it before, but just think about it. I think this is all leading towards a Judgment Day blow-up at SummerSlam. I think Gunther beating Damian Priest at SummerSlam makes more sense and sounds more true, especially if you're building towards a blow-up of the Judgment Day, right? Let's say Finn Balor, Liv Morgan, lost conspiring against Damian Priest. I feel like that storyline leading into SummerSlam would make more sense for Damian Priest to have that belt. If you drop the belt now, then the Judgment Day storyline doesn't have as much weight to me, because now just Damian Priest trying to get his belt back and Finn trying to undermine him getting the belt back, maybe. That doesn't really work for me. I think it makes more sense to have the belt on Damian Priest when the Judgment Day collapses. We know that the Judgment Day is not going to be involved in this match because they're barred from the ringside, right? So they won't be involved in him dropping the belt. I think the day Damian Priest drops the belt, the Judgment Day has to be involved, right? That tells me he's going to retain today. And then later on against Gunther, maybe that's when Finn and Liv Morgan pull the trigger, right? I think that makes more sense. I don't think Drew McIntyre having a short reign, because ultimately this all comes down to me thinking Gunther is going to win. I have a hard time believing that Gunther is going to lose at SummerSlam. I think it all depends on if Punk can wrestle at SummerSlam. Why you say that? Because Drew McIntyre, remember, keep this in mind. Gunther is wrestling at SummerSlam, period. Gunther has a singles match. No ifs, or ands, or buts. Gunther gets a singles match. So if that's the case, he has to face either Damian Priest or Drew McIntyre, period. And I think he's winning. I think he's winning regardless. I don't think both the King and Queen in the ring are going to lose at SummerSlam. If you ask me, just my opinion, if you ask me, I think Nia Jax is losing. I do not believe Nia Jax is beating Bayley at SummerSlam. I don't buy it. Not at all. Not the Royal Rumble winner. Not the woman who won. Not the woman who won the title at Mania. That doesn't track for me. For her to win the Royal Rumble, win a match against EO at Mania, and then lose to SummerSlam, her first big feud, that doesn't track. It doesn't work. For me, Bayley retains against Nia Jax. It makes too much sense for her to continue that reign. It makes no sense for her to have a big Royal Rumble victory, a big WrestleMania win, and then lose her first big feud. Remember, Bayley's had a filler feud twice in a row now. The Naomi, Tiffany Stratton triple threat, that was a filler feud. Let's be honest, it was filler, right? Good match, but a filler feud. Her match against Piper Niven tonight, that's filler. It's not a big major storyline. It's a filler feud, right? This is all leading towards the big match, the big narrative, which is Nia Jax versus Bayley. I don't buy that she's losing. I don't buy it. Not her first big match. No, I don't buy it. I think she wins. Give her that Royal Rumble victory. Give her that Mania victory. Give her that big SummerSlam win. That tracks for me. I don't buy that Triple H, of all people, is going to book Bayley to drop the belt this early. That's one Queen of the Ring winner out, right? So the King of the Ring, Gunther, he's going to lose too? I don't buy it. Gunther wins no matter what. So if Gunther's going to win, why the hell would you have Drew McIntyre win the belt now, hold it for 48 days, and then drop the belt to Gunther? That track, not for me. I hear you when you say maybe they run Gunther versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Here's the thing. Why not run that at Money in the Bank? Right now, Gunther is scheduled to have a SummerSlam match. If that's in question, why the hell would you wait for a SummerSlam? There's another PLE before that. Do Gunther versus Randy Orton at Money in the Bank. That way, the SummerSlam match, which they already announced, is still in the cards for Gunther. Why would you wait until the day of the show to then dispute that? There's a PLE before that. Money in the Bank. If anything, Razar, you have Gunther face Randy Orton at Money in the Bank. Dispute that shoulder thing, that whole was the shoulder on the ground or not nonsense, right? Have that disputed there, and then you set up the Gunther match. I think Gunther's winning at SummerSlam no matter what. I think Damian Priest will be champion at the time, and then we'll get the big, huge blow up for the Judgment Day at SummerSlam. Remember, Rhea Ripley might be back. Liv Morgan will be there. Finn Balor might pull that trigger then. And then you have the blood feud with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk brewing. You don't need a title for the CM Punk Drew McIntyre story. You don't. No title is needed for that at all. For the Judgment Day one, I think it does, because it gives Damian Priest a legitimacy. It gives him that power, that aura. He has aura with that belt. Not so much without it. I think Damian Priest needs it. Drew McIntyre does not. That's my thought process on it. I think it just makes too much sense for both parties. Let Drew McIntyre and CM Punk have their blood feud without the title. Doesn't need it. Doesn't need a title. And have the Judgment Day storyline with Liv Morgan, Finn, JD, Dominic. Let that have title implications. And then that way, when Drew McIntyre has a blood feud with CM Punk, there's no title. And then when the Judgment Day turn on Damian Priest, there's something for him to lose, right? Once the turn happens, he loses the title. Like there's a weight to it. They turn on him, which caused him to lose the title. That's a big thing. And I think that happens at SummerSlam to Gunther. I think that's when Finn Balor goes in on Damian Priest. Now, who's going to win Money in the Bank? Probably Jey Uso for all we know, right? So he won't be involved in it at all. I know a lot of people want Finn Balor to win Money in the Bank, but don't be surprised if the Yeet Man wins Money in the Bank, all right? That's kind of my thought process on it, folks. I think I would love for Drew McIntyre to win. I like Drew McIntyre. It'd be a good moment for him. He works hard, good hard worker. He deserves it. But I think the storytelling reason, the thing that makes the most sense is for him to lose to Damian Priest tonight. Let Damian Priest have a 100-day reign. Let his reign go on for 100 days and more. And then he drops the belt to Gunther. That way you have, because right now, I think if Damian Priest dropped the belt now, will it feel like a real legitimate reign for the man? I don't think so. Let that man have a legitimate run with that belt. 100-day reign, that's solid. Because after when SummerSlam comes around, it'll be over 100 days. That's good for him. And then he drops the belt to Gunther, and it feels more satisfying because of the Judgment Day angle. That's what I say. Yeah, apparently Jey Uso is the betting favorite for the guys. I can see it for sure. He's popular. Him walking around with that damn briefcase, doing the eats with the briefcase. You just see it. I mean, it's hard not to see it, you know? Day one-ish. Yeah, if CM Punk screws over Drew McIntyre, not only will it be nuclear heat, but Damian Priest will be out of the picture, and Drew McIntyre will be full on, I despise CM Punk. I'm going after his throat, and that'll be the blood feud that could potentially lead to a Hell in a Cell. Especially if you want to do Drew McIntyre against CM Punk at SummerSlam. Well, story's right there. I hate this man. I despise him. I want him dead. That's the ultimate heat. It's the ultimate, I hate CM Punk with all my passion, with all my soul. I'm coming after him now because of what he did in Glasgow. And according to some of the pictures, if CM Punk shows up with the damn Celtic jersey, it'd be double the heat. walking in there with a damn Celtic jersey. The football club, right? Makes too much sense. Let the Judgment Day storyline have the belt. Let CM Punk, Damian Priest be separate from that. Because it'd be kind of annoying to watch Damian Priest lose here just to have Drew McIntyre lose to Gunther in 48 days. Does that really work for you? 48-day reign for Drew McIntyre. I simply do not believe that Drew McIntyre will beat Gunther. I don't believe anybody will beat Gunther. So let's have Damian Priest lose to Gunther, a longer reign, than have Drew McIntyre have the CM Punk story to himself. That makes too much sense. All right, now that's the show. Now I'm going to open it up to you guys to ask questions, and I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I missed over the last week. Again, to wrap it up, I have for the show here, I got Bayley retaining. I got Sami Zayn retaining. I got, now that I think about it, I got everybody retaining. That track? Sure, I guess. Bayley retaining. Sami Zayn retaining with the Alpha Academy turning on him. I got AJ Styles saying I quit, but I would not be surprised it went the other way. I got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill winning. I got Damian Priest retaining. I got all of the champions retaining, but again, what I always say is that's fine as long as the story is good. As long as the angle is what people are talking about. If the angle is, oh my God, CM Punk showed up and he turned up, then he screwed Damian Priest, not Damian Priest, he screwed Drew McIntyre, then that's the big story. Nobody's really talking about Damian Priest retaining. The story is, oh my God, CM Punk showed up, right? As long as the storyline is the bigger angle or the bigger story, longest storyline, the bigger story, you know what I mean? As long as the story is what people are talking about, then it's fine, right? So CM Punk shows up, that's the story. That's the talking point. Alpha Academy turning. Otis standing up for himself. That's the big storyline, right? That's the story. That's the big angle. That's the talking point. As long as the talking point is bigger than the actual result, then it's fine if it's predictable. But you have a bunch of predictable matches with no storyline, with no talking point, with no angle, then it's kind of boring, right? So give us a big angle here with the Otis thing. Give us a big angle here with the CM Punk story. Let it be good. Let it not be lame, how it happens. Give us a good angle here with the I Quit match. Let that have some weight to it. It'll be fine. Even if Bianca Jade is straightforward, even if Bayley Piper Niven is straightforward, it doesn't matter. As long as we have like 3 or 2 big talking points coming out the show, then it's fine. Just 2 or 3 big talking points. That's all you need. You'll be good. Why did Io go insane after the Lyra match? She won. Damage control has to change. Ah! Why did Io do that? I need to go back and watch that segment. Okay, they did win. They cheated and they won, right? Then she went in there to attack. Oh, I know what happened. I remember now. So they cheated. She won, right? She went back into the ring to beat up on Lyra Valkyria more, right? She wanted to get her hands on Lyra for some more beatdown, right? And then good to see that the life of the party, Candice Carter and Katana James. Candice Carter? What? Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, right? That's what it is. They came out there to help Lyra, and she was upset about that. She was upset that she got stopped from beating up Lyra. She wanted to really punish Lyra, and then the tag team of the life of the party came out there and helped. She was upset about that. She got ran off. She didn't have the last word for per se. She got fended off by them. She was upset about that. I think I'll go back and watch that segment. That was funny. Damage control has to change. Ah! I like Io though. I love Io. Drew's actually pretty calm right now. He's happy. He thinks he's not thinking about CM Punk. CM Punk's not on his mind. He's thinking that the Judgment Day will be out of the picture. Him one-on-one. That crowd will be on the side. You have all the crowd support, and he'll be shocked and he'll go insane when he sees CM Punk shows up, right? EO was going crazy because he lost that damn Queen of the Ring match to Lyra. She hasn't been the same since. Yeah, EO's is more forced for sure. EO's is forced. Like, Drew is more story-based. It makes more sense. It's more natural. EO's is completely is forced for sure. He's losing it for no damn reason beyond losing to Lyra. That's all that happened. She lost before. Not her first time she lost, you know? But because EO doesn't really talk very much on the mic, we don't get an explanation, right? Which is why EO's pushes are not the same. Her pushes are not always the same as others because they don't trust her with the mic. So don't really get like a real balanced, a real character-driven story with EO a lot of the time because of that. So maybe, and because her mouthpiece, which is Dakota Kai, is in conflict with her, Dakota doesn't know what the hell's going on right now. Dakota's as shocked as we are. She's like, what the hell, EO? What's going on? So her mouthpiece is not talking right now for her. So we don't really know what's really going on here. That's why it feels forced and like not like making sense.
I could start singing for you, but I'm gonna assume that you want a celebration all the way through Clash at the Castle with a win tonight. But are you concerned at all that your challenger Piper Niven has this hometown advantage here in Glasgow?
Look, I know how special this is for her. I know how important it is to be in front of your home country, and I respect, like I said, I have respect for everything that Piper has done. She laid the foundation for pro wrestling and for WWE to get here and to be at this PLE tonight. I can appreciate everything that she's done, okay? But she's also the same person that's been attacking me for the past month. She's the same person who ran me and Naomi's head into this wall just last night, okay? And I'm not gonna let that slide, all right? I'm a champion and I stand for what I stand for, and this is what I care about. I care about the WWE Universe, and tonight, I'm gonna beat Piper Niven, and I'm sorry it's gotta be in front of her friends and family, but I gotta do what I gotta do too.
Well, I know you have a lot to prepare for tonight. I was gonna toss it back to Michael Cole, but I was hoping that you could do the honors.
Yeah, sure. Dear Michael Cole, back to you, you idiot. Is that good? Is that good?
I told you love me. I told you Bailey loves me.
Seemed unwarranted.
No, she really does. I mean, that's just this facade.
That's cool. Okay, so Bailey's that Bailey babyface turn will never actually like. I'm good with it, but how he got there will never really sit well with me. How it happened. That babyface turn, it's like, oh, she attacked me just now. Well, that's what you do all the time. I used to attack people all the time, Bailey. Well, it's whatever. Okay, I'm not really hung up on it. I've accepted it, kind of, a little bit. Not really. But, yeah. So, what do we want to talk folks? What have I missed? Oh, okay, let's talk about that. Nice question there, Rezar. Let's talk about the damn Bailey Naomi feud that's coming up here. Now, for the longest time, I wasn't really sure who was going to win the Money in the Bank. I would like to see Dakota Kai win it because I think she deserves it. She put in a lot of work, and I like Dakota Kai. But it was kind of up in the air, right? I now think that Tiffany Stratton has no chance of winning it. Low down the chance rankings here. I put her down there. So now, I believe today, as of today, I think Naomi has a good chance, a very good chance. She's probably my front runner now. Why? Well, on SmackDown, there was a segment that happened that I thought was very good. It was very intentional. Very well-directed scene between Naomi and Bailey. Here it is here. Let me not get copyrighted. So, on SmackDown, backstage, Bailey and Naomi were talking to, I think Chelsea Green came out in the corner. Chelsea Green, I think it was. Naomi, deliberately, this is deliberate, it's intentional. She looks at the title here, and she looks to make sure her hand placement, so it's very intentional by her. She looks at the title, grabs it. This is intentional. This is not, oh, it's an accident or like coincidence. This is a director-driven, director-produced segment where she intentionally grabs the damn title for a purpose, right? She grabs it on purpose. She grabs it, holds it. Bayley looks down for a second, like, okay, you hold my title, okay. And kind of like, okay, she's my friend, I'm not worried about it. But you're holding that title for a reason. That was intentional, folks. It was not an accident. That was a produced, intentional segment there, okay? At this point, Naomi is now shot up to number 1. She's the number 1 likely to win Money in the Bank from this one segment alone. Because here's the thing, folks. When it comes to this segment, when it comes to Money in the Bank, Liv Morgan storyline is set in stone. The Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley storyline is set. I do not believe any Money in the Bank winner is disrupting that. I don't think there'll be any type of disruption or any type of insertion or manipulation with that story at all. I think the Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley storyline is set in stone without any shenanigans beyond the Judgment Day stuff. I don't believe the Money in the Bank is going to get involved in that. So let's just get it out of our heads. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, that is set. That's the only thing. The Money in the Bank, I do not believe it will play a part. I don't believe it. So if that's the case, the Money in the Bank will be involved on the SmackDown side. Well, if Bayley is the champion, and if Dakota Kai's not going to win it, because right now Dakota Kai is kind of like in the background of the EO stuff, EO on crazy stuff. If Chelsea Green's on the screen right now, looking lovely, of course. If so no Dakota Kai is not going to get involved, and it's not going to be Tiffany Stratton because Tiffany Stratton, I believe, is going to be with Nia Jax in the tag team. I believe that's the direction. What else is there for the Money in the Bank winner when it comes to Bayley? I don't think Chelsea Green is going to win it, so it has to be Naomi. Well, not it has to be, but I think she's now at the top of the damn line when it comes to likelihood. I pitched back in January that Naomi should return as a heel. So I thought that was her best bet to get traction because right now, at the time, the babyface run, babyface division was kind of set in stone a little bit. I thought it would make more sense to be more interesting for her to come in as a heel. She could have feuds with Bianca, feuds with Bayley, etc. Well, not Bayley at the time because Bayley was still a heel, but I just thought it would have been more interesting for her to come in as a heel, for Naomi to come in. That did not happen. They went babyface, but now I think it's very possible they could go the heel route to feud with Bayley. I think this segment here could work for Naomi because a lot of people want Naomi to be in the top storyline. They want Naomi to be in the title chase. Well, how about this direction for Naomi? Turn heel. Cash in on her friend. It works. Yeah, because Naomi was the one that wanted Bianca to help. So if Naomi is the one that turns, and if Bayley has to maybe reach out to Bianca, that could be interesting. But I think this was intentional. I think it was deliberate. And I think Naomi is now the front runner. I'm not saying she's going to win. I'm not saying that. But I think she's the front runner to win this thing based on this segment alone. This was very intentional. Pump your fist to go, yeah. Like, you guys don't want to pump your fist? You guys not pumping your fist for me? You know what? I'm turning heel. She's mad because only the international crowds react to her song. Oh, you guys don't want to pump your fist in the United States? Well, guess what? I'm turning heel on Bayley. Now what? Now pump your fist. Since you don't want to pump your fist, I'm going to punch my fist in Bayley's face. That's what I'm going to do now. Pump that fist, so let's go. You know, that's what you're going to say. You don't want to pump? So I'm going to pump right in Bayley's face. It could work. It has to be smart. It has to be well told story, but it can work. Naomi is now the front runner to win Money in the Bank. U.S. crowds are lame. I agree. For the most part, not all of them. Yeah, some cities are pretty good. But it's too hit and miss, so you don't know. You don't know what you're going to get based on the damn day, you know? But yeah, I got Naomi winning Money in the Bank. Now, as the front runner, again, there's weeks to go. So far, only 2 women have declared that they want to be in the damn Money in the Bank. We'll probably get some qualifiers, but only 2 have said that they want to be in it. Lyra has said she wants to be in the match, and Naomi has said she wants to be in the match. Those are important, though. That's important. The first 2 to say something, that's important for the ranking, right? For who we think is going to be most likely to win. On the men's side, it's been Carmelo and Jey Uso have called it that they want to be in the match. That's important to say who's first to call their shot, because I think the WWE are telling you to keep your eyes on these 2 in particular when it comes to storylines for Money in the Bank. Next Monday, that'd be cool. The same day we get the freaking Uncle Howdy stuff they're gonna arrive on Monday. So WWE's cooking. So that's my Naomi Bailey stuff. I think Bailey may have to worry about her friend Naomi very, very soon. Not right away. Probably after SummerSlam. How would you go about doing this? If Naomi wins Money in the Bank, she's going to be helping. Here's the thing. The next 2 months, there's going to be a feud between Nia Jax and Tiffany and Bailey and Naomi. That's the feud. Tiffany is backing up Nia Jax. Naomi is backing up Bailey all the way to SummerSlam. Can you imagine if Naomi comes out there with her briefcase and helps Bailey, and then right after the match, immediately turns on her? Like, she helps fend off Tiffany Stratton. Bailey beats Nia Jax. She gets in the ring, raises up Bailey's hand, and then wapow! Cashing in on Bailey. That'd be crazy. At SummerSlam, would that be too early to do it? It'd be shocking. A big moment, a big stage. Have her cash in on Bailey after the Nia Jax match. That'd be crazy. It'd be a big moment. How about the Damage Show storyline? That storyline with Io and like what's going on with Io and Dakota Kai and Kyrie, that's harder to predict. I don't know what they're doing really with Dakota Kai and Kyrie and Io, and with Asuka being out with the injury. They're going the crazy Io Sky route. So there was a chance that some people thought that Io Sky would go babyface. That's not happening anytime soon. It looks like she's going to stay heel for now. Does Kyrie go babyface? I don't know. Does Dakota Kai leave with Kyrie? Do they push Io to the curb? Because she's acting crazy? I don't know. It's hard to predict what's going on with Damage Control. It really is. I would love for Dakota Kai to win Money in the Bank. I love that for her. But they have to start telling a story here. They got to start doing something. Within the next couple weeks, next 3 to 4 weeks, like tell a story that make me believe that they're going to do that. Because right now, she's a background character to Io's madness. So let's tell a story here. Because even if Dakota Kai wins Money in the Bank, you can argue she's a person that has a history with Bailey. I don't know if all of Damage Control will go with her, right? To SmackDown. Because once you win Money in the Bank, you can float to each show. Does that extend to the faction? I don't know. Can Dakota Kai bring Io and Kyrie to SmackDown? If not, I don't see how. There's still time to tell stories. There's still time to tell a story. But right now, I don't see it for Dakota Kai. I'm hoping it happens for her, but I don't see it. Charlotte Flair, I think she's going to return post SummerSlam, of course, like maybe October time. And I think Charlotte Flair will play a role in the Bianca Jade storyline. Whereas Naomi might like feud with Bailey. I think Charlotte Flair, her return is very much in the Bianca Belair Jade Cargill story. Because Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair were teaming up. I tweeted about this, didn't I? Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are a tag team right now. But Bianca and Charlotte Flair were tag teaming right before she tore her ACL. They were tag teaming. They were having matches. They were getting along. They were friends, Bianca Belair returned from injury to save Charlotte Flair. Remember that? They were having like a tag team little renaissance going on, you know? So I'm not saying they're going to be a tag team champions by any means, but they were tagging together. So that they're close right now. Bianca and Charlotte are close in kayfabe. So if Charlotte Flair returns and starts hanging out on Bianca, is it possible to tell a story that Jade Cargill is now upset and annoyed that Charlotte Flair is around? Because Bianca is friends with Charlotte. They could tell that story. They can use Charlotte Flair as the wedge for Bianca and Jade. That's possible. And it's a good way to cause drama, and it's a good way to use Charlotte Flair. Have her be the wedge. Let her be the wedge between the two. That works. You can see New Japan talent helping EO Sky. By New Japan, you mean what? Marigold? Not New Japan. New Japan is Stardom right now. Well, they're not Stardom, but New Japan is working under Bushiroad. Bushiroad is Bushiroad is over Stardom. So it'd be Stardom, and I don't think that's happening anytime soon. EO Sky is going to Japan to work with Marigold. I'll talk about that a little bit. I should probably talk about EO going to Marigold. Let's see. EO replaces Kairi and Dakota with some Japanese talent. Do you think Julia makes it to Heatwave? Yes. I do believe she makes it. I do not believe she's wrestling this time. At first I thought that, but not anymore. Not with this whole Roxanne Lola Vice story they're telling here. I think the move now, she'll be there, but she'll be there to show up after the match. After Roxanne beats Lola Vice, she'll show up, she'll make an appearance, she'll show her face, she'll get in her face, and that'll be the storyline. That'll be the story. The build to that match will start then. I think she shows up, but not wrestles anymore. Only because it wasn't for the storyline that they're setting up now with Lola Vice. I still think she would wrestle at Heatwave if that was the case. But because Lola Vice is now seems to be the story here for Roxanne, they can push it back. But they have to now announce the next show, because right now there's no shows announced. There's no shows after Heatwave announced. Are we going to do No Mercy? Are we going to do the Great American Bash? You got to announce it, because right now I don't know when that match happens. So if it's not happening at Heatwave, fine. It's not happening at Heatwave. Where is it going to happen? Announce the next show. They haven't done that yet. Maybe they'll do that at a Heatwave. Or close to Heatwave, they'll announce the next NXT show. But we don't know right now when the next show is. So she shows up in person, but not match. No match for her that day. But she'll show up. That is the big match for WWE right now. I am looking forward to that match very much. Looking forward to the build to Julia's reign as NXT champion. You had that big match against Sari coming up here in early July. I thought she was gonna walk into that match as champion, as NXT champion. Not anymore. So we'll see when that match happens later. Like what time does she face Roxanne? Sometime in August, sometime in September. I don't know. But Heatwave is early July. 6 days before this show. So she won't be NXT champion, according to me. Now, if NXT rolls around this Tuesday and they say Roxanne will face Lola Vice next Tuesday on TV, then all bets are off. Okay, never mind. But I think they're building towards Roxanne, Lola Vice at Heatwave. I think. Come Tuesday, we'll probably have a better idea of what's going on here. If they do Lola Vice against Roxanne on an episode of NXT on a regular Tuesday, then I think she will have a match against Roxanne at Heatwave. Now the question is, do you want to build to the match? Do you want to make a big deal? Do you want to be a surprise, like a open challenge thing? Then you do it at Heatwave. But if you want to be a big build, well then you don't do it at Heatwave. You do it later on. And you build to it. So it just depends on how you want to do it. But I think Julia, she'll beat Roxanne. No one else is beating her. It will be Julia. The question is when. Heatwave, No Mercy, Great American Bash, whatever. It's a matter of if. It's a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of when, not if. When will it happen? It will happen, but we just don't know when. That's all. I'm looking forward to it. Let's talk about Io. Io Sky is heading down to freaking Mari Gold. That show, the same Summer Destiny show that I just showed here. Summer Destiny. Rossi Ogawa wanted a big show to sell out that damn, I think like 11,000 arena. He has a big Julia Sari match. And he has a Io Sky versus Utami. Now, Io Sky and Utami have history in the sense that Utami loves Io Sky. She adores her. The reason why she moved to Stardom is because of Io. So she takes advice from Io. She adores her. She loves her. It's her dream match. And she's going to get it finally. She will face Utami at Summer Destiny. Big match for Mari Gold and Rosagawa. It's a part of the agreement. This is where she surprised her here. Awesome moment for Tommy to her to show up on the screen like that. So typically I will really like hate on matches like this with no storyline, but with Mari Gold, I give it a slide because it's a new promotion trying to make some waves. Since it's a new promotion, I don't mind this. I don't mind the random interpromotional matches like this. I don't mind it. Make a name for yourself, make waves, sell out the show. Doesn't need a storyline when you're just starting out. Like, I don't mind this one bit. So the two big shows, so the two big matches are Io Sky Utami and Julia Sari. That'll sell out. There's no doubt in my mind that show is gonna sell out. Stardom Io was gonna cook. Io's had plenty of good matches in WWE. I think she's gonna take it easy. I don't think she's gonna be all going crazy because she has obligations to WWE. 1, 2, she doesn't want to get injured again. She's talked about getting her ankle injury that kind of made her take it easy in the ring a little bit. You're gonna get like the level she produced against Bianca at Backlash, or her match against Bayley at WrestleMania. That's the level you're gonna get. That's the kind of performance you're gonna get out of her, which is great. A great performance. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. You want to come back to WWE in good health, okay? The last thing Margot wants to do is have a talent to get injured on their show. That will cause some problems. If Io Sky gets injured on the Margot show, and she can't perform on WWE because you got injured, that might have them pump the brakes. So in my mind, Rossy Ogawa is going to want them to take it a little bit easier and not have Io Sky come back with an injury. The last thing they want to do. Right now, this is a favor they're doing to get Julia. According to Rossi, WWE want Julia a lot, so they granted this to say, okay, we'll give you Io for a big show. But they don't want her to go back injured for sure. That'd be a problem. They want to avoid that at all costs. But this will be a great match, I'm sure. Tommy Io. Dream match. Both of them former Queen Quest leaders. Both of them had the red belt. So, she followed in Io's footsteps, literally. She literally followed in Io's footsteps. So, that's to be a good match. What else you got? What other questions you guys have? Her neck injury started when she was in the United States. Who, Io? Big time match for Margot. This is a bigger match than most matches that Stardom can produce. Like, I'm not sure there's a bigger match that Stardom can make. This is a dream match in Japan. Like, all of wrestling for Japan, this is a dream match. I'm not sure there's a bigger match that Stardom can make right now. Within their own, like, bubble. Unless you bring in AEW, you do like Mercedes against Mayu Iwatani, but they've already done that match before. That's a repeat. What's the next big fresh match that they could produce? I don't think so. I don't think they have a bigger match than this that they haven't already done in Stardom. I could be wrong about that. Like, what could it be? Bringing in AEW, what could it possibly be? Jamie Hayter against because Mercedes Moné is the bigger star, so it would be Mercedes Moné against somebody. But they already done Mercedes against Mayu. That's the match. Mercedes Moné against Mayu Iwatani, but they've already done it. Well, at least New Japan has already done it. They've already done that match. So hopefully Io's in Money in the Bank. They might do Io against Lyra Valkyria for the qualifying match. And if that happens, Lyra's going in and Io's not going in. Would I like to see Io in that match? Sure. She's a great wrestler. I'd love to see her in that match. But I would not be surprised if they did a qualifying match and Io had to face Lyra and Lyra knocked her out via qualification. That's very possible. Very possible. Dakota Kai, I could see in there. Originally, my list was Dakota, Lyra, Io. But it could easily be Dakota, Lyra, Kairi Sane. Now, SmackDown, I think it's pretty straightforward on SmackDown. Pretty straightforward. I think it's Naomi, Tiffany, Chelsea Green. But now that I think about it, it might be Blair Davenport. Because Blair has a feud with Naomi right now. So you could do Blair, Naomi, Tiffany. Yeah, that might work better, actually. Let Blair Davenport have a highlight there. That could be a big PLE moment for Blair Davenport. Like a showcase for her. Go out there and kill it, Blair. Show up and show out, Blair. That's a good moment for her, it could be. His name here appears. Joe Hendry, what about him? What else we got? What else haven't I talked about? So Tatum Paxley showed up on TNA against all odds. There were people who were complaining about that. I'm like, why? WWE went out of their way. They went out of their way to tell you that Tatum Paxley was going to show up to that damn show. And she did. She confronted, well, not confronted, but she had a moment with Jordan Grace behind the scenes and backstage at NXT. And then she had a damn moment where she went out there and grabbed Jordan Grace's title. Of course, Tatum Paxley is going to show up to that damn open challenge. It makes too much sense. Why are you upset? When they pretty much laid it out for you, Tatum Paxley is going to be Tatum Paxley. So why are you mad? Doesn't make any sense. If Blair and Naomi face each other, who wins? I think Naomi wins. Which is why I would have Blair Davenport have another match before that match. Let Blair have her first match against somebody, I don't know. Michin's going heel though now. It depends on what you're doing with Naomi. If the plan is to have Naomi turn on Bayley, how many losses do you want her to have, you know? But she can beat Naomi. She can beat her. That could work fine. But there's not that many baby faces on SmackDown these days. Because Bianca and Jade are in the tag team division. I think Michin might be turning heel. And then what? What is on SmackDown? That's a babyface besides BFAB. Who's the babyface on SmackDown women's division, folks? You got Naomi, you got BFAB, Bianca and Jade, but Bianca and Jade are in the tag team division. So who else in the singles that are babyfaces? Michin, I guess, right now, but I think she's turning heel. I don't know. Interesting. There's a lack of babyfaces on SmackDown with Bianca and Jade in the tag team division, which is why they need to drop those titles soon. I'm joking. I would love that, but don't see it happening. So get used to Bianca and Jade in the tag team division for a while. Cody and AJ will open the show. That makes sense. Open with the big bang, close with the big bang. So if Cody and AJ are opening the show, I'm guessing the next match will be Bianca. Yeah. Cody Rhodes against AJ Styles open the show. the tag team match, then Gable, Sami Zayn, then Bayley, Piper Niven, then the finale, which is Priest, Drew. That's what I would do. That makes the most sense. Yeah, the tag team match after Cody AJ makes sense. That's typical booking. What else we got here? All right, what else have I not talked about? Oh yeah, Finn Balor and Liv Morgan. I like how much Liv Morgan is committed to the storytelling. Okay, there are a lot of weirdos on the internet that think she's like disrespecting Dominic Mysterio's wife. It's so stupid. Like, is that how you feel when you watch fiction? When you watch actors on TV, you think, oh my God, they're disrespecting their wives and husbands. No, it's called acting, you dumbass. Okay, nothing wrong with that. She is getting into the character, and I appreciate that. It's good television. She's committed to the role. It's not disrespectful to the wife. Okay, it's actual characters. These are actors. They're performing. Okay, you see it on every damn show you watch. Okay, they're performers. I'm fine with that. I like the storyline. I like where it's going for the most part. Like I said before, Liv Morgan will not be interacting with many women in terms of title offenses. Now, Zelina Vega did drag her off Dominic, so maybe that's her match for Money in the Bank. Maybe we get a Liv Morgan against Zelina Vega Money in the Bank match. That's possible. Singles, of course, for the title. So there's a possible singles match for Liv Morgan right there. She'll obviously win. I think she should win clean there as well. That's a match right there for Liv Morgan potentially. Money in the Bank singles match. But yeah, I like what they're doing with Liv Morgan. She's a great heel. Like I said it before, I've always said Liv Morgan as a heel will work well. And sure enough, I was right. Dominic Mysterio is doing well. I like the whole entire storyline. Finn Balor is working with Liv Morgan for sure. Finn Balor cannot be trusted. He's a snake. It's a matter of when he will turn on Drew, not if. He will turn on Drew at some point here in the future. Not Drew, Damien. Too many D names. Damien, Drew, Dominic. He'll turn on Damien here soon. He took the damn key card. He's in cahoots with Liv Morgan for sure. Finn Balor will be the head of Judgment Day with Liv Morgan. It'll be Finn, Liv, JD, Dom, who's conflicted. Maybe add I like the idea of adding Jax, but yeah, it'll be that group of folks against Rhea and Damian Priest. Rhea and Damian will be your baby faces. The Twin Towers will be your baby faces. Zelina crushing on Dom? No. Zelina just mad that she got involved in the match. Zelina is not crushing on Dom. She's not. Finn Balor is talking to Liv Morgan for sure. It's a matter of when. I think SummerSlam is the time. I think SummerSlam is the time to really pull the trigger on the Finn Balor costing Damian Priest storyline. Have Liv Morgan and Damian Priest have a little talk and lead up to that match. Have Liv Morgan talking to Damian Priest as well. Damian Priest will say, "No, I'm not working with you, Liv Morgan. Get out of here." And that'll draw the line. And then Liv Morgan and Finn will conspire to take out Damian Priest. And then maybe Rhea Ripley, depending on her injury, we don't know, but depending on her injury, maybe then she returns into the SummerSlam time period, you know? But that'd be the story. And I don't think anything's going to disrupt that. No Money in the Bank, no nothing. The Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan storyline is set in stone off to the side here. Money in the Bank will be involved on the SmackDown division. What else did I not talk about before that I can talk about now? Let's see. Let me go through this. Hayden Paxley did well. A lot of people did not know who she was when her music hit. I didn't even know her music. So I watch NXT. I don't know her music. So that's why she didn't get a pop, because her music is not like, it doesn't stand out. It's not, they're not used to her music. I don't know her music either. I thought she did very well. She's a PC, folks. She's a PC product. Hayden Paxley is. Showed out, did well. I'm impressed. She has a future on her hands there. Like, she has a legitimate future in WWE. Talented. No indie girl. She's a complete product of the WWE system. Ricochet dying on Raw. Ricochet, that segment was done well. I thought Ricochet sold well. I thought he really made himself. He made Braun look really good. Ricochet is on his way to do some backflips with Will Ospreay in AEW. I'm happy for him. Good for you, man. Go out there and go out there and shine in AEW. He did his thing in WWE. I'm appreciative of his work. So yeah, I hope he goes out there and kill it. I'm not hating on Ricochet at all. I thought the segment was done fine. It's possible he might have another match or another segment or something, because apparently his contract does not end until like July, like late July maybe. So don't be surprised if Ricochet gets another segment or another match or some sort. I don't really like the whole injury stuff. There's nothing wrong with like telling folks I'm gonna be gone, guys. I'm out of here. I don't mind that at all. It doesn't have to be an injury. Oh, he's off the show because he's injured. No, he could be like, guys, I'm leaving for whatever reason. This is my last match, whatever. Like, I'm gonna take out Braun before I head out of here. Nothing wrong with that. They're not dumb. They know what's going on. So don't treat him like, oh, we gotta make an injury angle. He's out indefinitely. Like, so like, that's even dumber than saying like he's leaving. This you might as well just say he's leaving instead of like saying, oh, he's out for a long injury. That sounds ridiculous. But yeah, happy for Ricochet. Go do your thing in AEW, my friend. What else? What else we got? Got TNA partnership alive and well. AJ Styles talked about it. They're really leaning into it. They're like really leaning into it. Like, I would not be surprised one bit if AJ Styles pops up in TNA to face Moose. Won't be surprised one bit. I'm actually expecting that match now. So it's a matter if, not a matter if, it's a matter of when it comes to AJ Styles and TNA. What else have I not talked about? Bayley said she wants to go to Marigold to work. That might just be her being like conversational, like being nice. But I would not be surprised one bit if Bayley wants to go down there and have a match in Marigold. Marigold is the new like go-to for Japan and United States for WWE. No more Stardom talk. No more Stardom talk. It's all about Marigold for WWE, which is cool. New promotion. I am looking forward to seeing that partnership grow and see what comes of it. You know, we'll see. So that's happened. What else we got? CM Punk is in Glasgow. Oh yeah, Julia. She's out of a cast. No cast for Julia. Hell of a picture, by the way, Julia. But no cast for Julia. She's already out of the cast. So like I said, for those of you guys who are freaking out by her being injured, she got the surgery so she could not be injured. WWE wanted her to get the surgery, which is why I thought they were pushing for a heat wave, but I'm not sure anymore. But as you can see, she's out of that damn wrist brace. It's gone. No wrist brace for Julia. So she'll be ready for her match against Sari. Whether she wrestles as heat wave, we'll see. But she's healthy and ready to go. As you can clearly see. She's healthy and ready to go. Chad Gable resigned. Surprising only fools. Chad Gable has resigned his contract with WWE. Well, not signed his contract. He resigned with the WWE. He has a major storyline right now. He's getting booked well. There's no reason for him to leave. So of course he's back. So good for old Chad. LA Knight in Logan Paul's pool. I thought it was cool. That was a fun segment for LA Knight. I thought it could do more with it. You got the man in his damn house. You might well do more with it, but they didn't really do it. It was kind of a short, not too much into it, not too much in it segment. It was fine. It was all right. Not a big deal. Could have made it more fun and more interesting, in my opinion. They could have done more with it, but it was fine. Dave Meltzer done behind. He said that a freaking that match is going to be on the card for Clash of Castle. He's wrong. Oh, the reports are that they're going to be on the Clash of Castle card. Wrong, Dave. I don't know where you got that from, but you're wrong. Did he admit to being wrong? No, I didn't see any tweet where he says, I was wrong, folks. No, he wasn't. He did not. Yeah, Mama Rhodes in Scotland. Correct. So I'd be curious to see if she gets involved. Like if Michin or the OC try to antagonize her anyway, that'd be interesting. I think that might be it, folks. Can't think of anything else. like on top of my head right now. What else happened I did not talk about? I want to talk about at least. That might be it. Oh, we got Alpha and Aladon walking here. The Holy Union. What are you talking about?
They told me Monday they've been saving their best for Glasgow. They'll need it against the likes of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, who are looking to earn the respect they say they deserve from the division. On that note, let's check in with Kathy Kelly.
Jackie, it looks like you guys are having a blast out there. I was hoping to get you guys an interview with the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, but it seems like there's a heightened energy backstage. A lot of superstars very stressed out about tonight, whether it's the jet lag. Jade Cargill said that she lost her bags in transit.
That's true.
So
lost her damn bags.
A lot of elements. The biggest obstacle of all
Jade
being
did.
a triple threat match,
When she got it back.
meaning that they could lose
Her
tonight
luggage.
to potentially 2 other tag teams and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn
Get it right
have the
there,
hometown
Kathy.
advantage here in Glasgow. So
You get paid for this,
you
I
never
don't.
know what could happen out here tonight.
I can fuck up, but you can't.
Back to you. And Kevin, you are looking quite dapper this evening with that tie.
Thank you. You're not wrong. Piper has the hometown advantage too. So
There's a lot of Scots on
That's true.
this card, and the fans will be very excited
Zelina
to
gets
cheer them
Liv.
on as we inch closer and
That'll be Money in the
closer
Bank,
to Clash
potentially.
at the Castle. Fans continue to file into.
If you want to give Liv Morgan a match at, like before she faces Rhea Ripley, like a title defense, you can do Zelina Vega. You can do that. Will it be interesting? Will it be exciting? Will it be good? I don't know, but you can do that match if you want to. You can do it. Or they're doing Alpha Fire and Aladon talking.
One of their own step
Alba lost her mom in Florida in a car crash. So sad.
Shows up.
So
We're
sad.
representing them on a very big stage. We will walk out with the championships. We're coming to take over WWE in our hometown.
And the full of Scotland will be chanting and cheering for us.
I like you two a lot. I really do. Okay.
If you're
What's up, Jey Uso? I'll do a Jey Uso commercial or some shit like that. It's Lena. Road and Night Evading. I already talked about LA Knight, or I talked about Zelina and Liv Morgan. I think they can set that up for Money in the Bank. That'd be a good show. Potentially. Money in the Bank, at least. That'll probably be the only singles match on the show, potentially. Because right now, for Money in the Bank, they usually have the women's tag match. Last year, they did a women's tag match and the ladder match. So to do the singles match with Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega, they may not do the tag match for Bianca and Jade, potentially. I think they'll probably do just 2 matches for the women. So I have to pick one. Tag match, Bianca and Jade, or Liv Morgan versus Zelina Vega, along with the Money in the Bank ladder. With everybody saying Drew McIntyre. Drew, right now, I think she will. Do a quick recap. Bianca and Jade will be on the show somewhere. Yeah, I agree. Somewhere they'll be on the show. Like, it's too big a show. They'll go up there, whether it's a match or some type of segment, they'll have a moment. They may not have a match because, well, I guess if Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler get pinned, one of the two, they can do Bianca versus the Holy Union at, but like whoever gets pinned, the other team could have a chance at Money in the Bank, right? Potentially. But they might just leave Bianca and Jade off the card because they had a back-to-back elite tag team matches, right? They had one in Saudi Arabia, and they had one today, so they might just leave them off the card next time. They might do Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega. Who knows? What do Bianca and Jay do for a SummerSlam? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Won't be Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. That's for damn sure. Won't be a babyface team. I guess whoever doesn't get pinned today like they set up a matchup for SummerSlam, right? So let's say the whole union get pinned. Let's say they get pinned. Hopefully they don't. But let's say Alpha Fire gets pinned, right? They could do Bianca Jade against Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler at SummerSlam. Piper Chelsea? Yeah, they can do that. Is that really exciting though? No, but they can do that. They can do that. As you can see, they're running out of like options for them. I think Nia Jax Tiffany is the main thing, but the problem is they have to wait till after SummerSlam. Because Nia Jax has to lose first before you get the Nia Jax Tiffany full-on tag team. She has to lose to Bayley first. That's like the main one. The main tag team that can actually challenge them, Nia Jax Tiffany. So until that happens, it'll just be a bunch of like Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler stuff. I feel like it complicates things. It doesn't have to complicate things. Like Rosara says that the king and queen of the ring getting title shots at SummerSlam complicates things. It doesn't have to. But if you don't know what you're doing, it does. But it doesn't have to. I think Gunther wins. And Nia Jax loses. It complicates things for Bianca and Jade for sure, but they're not a priority. The tag team division not that much of a priority anyway. Like this is all about giving Jade Cargill something to do. So it's less about let's help the women's division, and more about getting Jade Cargill something to do. So I don't think I really care that much about the how complicated things gets for Bianca and Jade. I think they're just waiting until like after SummerSlam, put them to drop the belts anyway. So but yeah, we'll see where it goes. I just think Nia Jax and Bayley is the priority. So Bianca and Jade will have to get in where they fit in, wherever that is. Who knows? But they have to get in somewhere. I still believe they don't think Jade is ready yet. Maybe. I think she's coming along fine in tag team wrestling though. But I don't really know how far she can go within a tag team. Ultimately, she needs to get singles reps. That's the only way she's gonna grow. She needs to be actual. She needs to have actual singles matches. That's it. Like tag teaming with Bianca, having Bianca shade her. By shade, I mean like shading over her cracks and her weaknesses. That's not going to help her in the long run. She needs actual singles matches. She needs actual reps in singles for her to develop her singles wrestling. That's what she needs. Right now, she's getting smoother in the ring. Sure, she's getting more comfortable in the ring, but she needs to be in actual singles matches. So, yeah, they realized it was a stupid idea. Like, why the hell are you doing Jade against Indy? Like, who's going to lead? Who's going to lead? It's going to be a mess. I have Bianca right there. Might well use her. Yeah, that was a weird decision. To begin with. Like, to begin with, it was weird. So, we'll see what happens. Drew and Money in the Bank. That's a damn good question. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Do you put Drew in Money in the Bank? Is it possible, but since he wasn't in the King of the Ring, sure, I guess. That could work. He wasn't in King of the Ring, so you put him in the Money in the Bank. At that point, he'd be livid against, like, he just hate CM Punk's, like, he despises him completely. But I guess you can put him in there. Because he missed the King of the Ring, sure. Yes. He'll lose, but he'll be in there. I'm so tired. Thoughts on Tony Storm and Mina? They're doing too much, some people say. Are they doing too much? No, they're not doing too much. Do I like it? Not necessarily. Like there's a difference. You could be doing like enough, like not too much, but enough, but not like it. I just don't like it that much. I think the storyline is pretty much like really like bare bones and flat and not that dynamic. It's basically a lesbian love triangle. Basically, that's what it is. A proxy for it between Mariah May, Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. That's it. They're friends. They're fighting over who's the better friend. Who does Mariah May love more? And that's it. Nothing beyond that. It's really one note. That's really the problem with it. More so than her pushing her breasts together and kissing Mariah May. That I'm less worried about. It's more about the list being. It's a one note story with not much compelling stuff going on. That's all. That's more the problem. Punk screwing him at Money in the Bank as well. That'd be hilarious. They're talking about Bianca.
Ton of opportunities to be out there on a nightly basis and show what they can do. And tonight here, coming back home, it's a grand opportunity for those two to demonstrate why they belong at the top of this division.
Yeah, and we've talked at length about how much this means for Drew McIntyre being home and everything, but Drew McIntyre's main event at WrestleMania, he's been huge shows.
Yes.
Alba and Isla have never really had the chance to be on a show.
This could be the biggest match of their career so far,
absolutely
right?
is. And it's in their hometown. That means 10 times more.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler as well. They have been #1 contenders a few times, and they had a pretty dominant performance this past week on Monday Night Raw, defeating Alba and Isla, who told me that they lost because they were saving their best for this weekend. That was their reasoning for the loss. But here is a look at that, because I talked to Zoe yesterday, and she said, we've been in this position, we've been #1 contenders.
This is very fast. This match is very fast and quick.
Tonight is about finally proving that we can finish the job and actually take advantage of being #1 contenders. What do you make?
This that match on Raw, where Shayna Baszler tapped freaking she put Alpha to sleep very quickly. I don't really love that booking. It's kind of weird. Like, why book that match to have it end like that? Why are you making the Unholy Union look so weak? I don't know. That was kind of weird. Kind of weird booking. It made me think that Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are going to have like a longer run here. Like, the feud will continue between them. Like, Shayna Baszler and Zoe will move on to feud with them down the line, and Alba Fire might get pinned, or Isla Dawn might get pinned. I don't love that. They made him look really weak on Raw. Really weak. Well, guess we'll see. I'll be fine with that, David, if they win. I'll be fine with that. I won't be mad. What is freaking Rosenberg talking about right now?
Because I'm excited for Damian Priest to prove the haters wrong. There's been a lot of criticism around the World Heavyweight Champion.
Damian Priest, yeah, he does. He does have Priest. He does have haters.
Been enough.
He does have haters.
How do you shut up the naysayers if you're Damian Priest? You go on the road. You go across the pond, and you face off against the hometown hero, Drew McIntyre, and you come away and still you're World Heavyweight Champion. And that is what I see happening today. I don't know how Damian Priest gets it done, but by hook or by crook, I have faith in this guy. I also think, and this will be a factor in my opinion, guys, there's an immense amount of pressure on Drew McIntyre.
It is.
Not just because he's in Glasgow in front of his fellow Scotsmen. Not just because of that, but because of the amount of pressure that Drew McIntyre has repeatedly put on himself to prove to himself and to the WWE Universe that he is worthy of that massive championship moment, right? He had that opportunity at WrestleMania. It was there. It was in his grasp, and it slipped away, and now there's even more pressure on him when he takes on the World Heavyweight Champion. So I'm leaning towards the guy from New York, the Boricua, who was, by the way, do you see the people cheering for the World Heavyweight Champion at the Puerto Rican Day Parade last week? They're going to be cheering again, and still your World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest. Back to you guys.
Okay.
What a shock. Rosenberg's going with a knee.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. So my final prediction, like I said, that's a castle. Let's run through it one more time. Bailey, Robert Niven. Bailey. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable. Sammy, Otis Turns. Cody, AJ Styles. Cody. Bianca Belair, Jade. Zoe, Shayna, the Unholy Union, I'm going with Bianca and Jade. And then I got Damian Priest retaining. Now, that's pretty much like no upset there. Like, there's no upsets there. But again, tell a story, create a good angle, and it'll be fine. You don't need a upset. You don't need a big like surprise. As long as the damn story beats are very good, then you'll be fine. All right, folks, that is. Drew needs to be. Yeah, he would. Yes, exactly. He does. He needs to be. Lock him away. Put him in jail because he'll be going on a murder spree if he loses via CM Punk screw job. You know, the CM Punk screw job. That's what's happening at Scotland screw job. That's what's happening tonight. The Scotland screw job. All right, folks, that's it for the stream. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter because that's where I'll be live tweeting about the event going forward. 3 hours. Hopefully it's good. I'm hoping it's not underwhelming. Let's get that crowd a good show. Hopefully that crowd, because right now France is kicking your ass. Okay, France is a better crowd than Scotland for sure. France is S tier crowd. Scotland, it's okay. They did it well yesterday, but not really. It's not France level. France is on another level. Okay, so let's bring the noise tonight for Scotland. Let's see what you got. Let's see if you can rival France. You won't, but we'll see. We'll give you a chance. Okay, but like the video, subscribe to the channel, see me on Twitter, and I will talk to you guys in a couple seconds when I go to Twitter because that's where I'll be the whole entire time, live tweeting. So catch you guys on the flip side later.